Alright, hello everybody. Today is day 14. Let's check it out. Day 14 in the 30-day video challenge, and today's challenge is what is my earliest memory. I'd have to say that I do have memories of my first birthday, but they're very unclear. I just remember getting like a toy and being super excited about it, and I was wearing like all white because it was like my first birthday. Um, and the toy that I got was some sort of like electronic device for like learning, I'm pretty sure. Um, but I don't really remember the rest of that, so because that's kind of like a cop out, being like I do remember parts of it, but I don't remember all of it. The earliest memory besides that, I think, I'm not sure, is my fourth birthday. My fourth birthday, I pretty much remember everything. So my grandma had sat down on her giant like marble table, like a giant like tablecloth. Um, and then they had like cut out a hole in it or something, I guess. Um, because oh wait, let me not tell you that part. Let me tell you because I had all these presents, right? They were all up on the table, and they was all meant to look nice. And in the middle was this giant like brown box with like holes in it, and I'm like, and the whole time I was there, like I thought I heard the boxes moving, but I wasn't sure. And so I was going back and forth, being like, "What? Like, did that just move? Like, what's happening? I don't understand." Um, I mean, my grandma's house was haunted, so I was thinking like maybe the ghosts are moving these things. I don't know, but it was really creepy, and I thought I was the only one noticing it. Like I was in that place where I was like, I am crazy, and I need to not think that ghosts are moving things and just pretend like nothing is happening because at this point in my life I was already interacting with ghosts at my grandma's house. Like they were already like talking to me and shit, which like makes me look fucking crazy. Like, like I mean I heard voices. I don't know. Anyway, so so then I uh yeah, I mean, like skipping around just because I don't remember all of it. I remember most of it. I remember we went to go open the presents, and when we went to go open the presents, um, my friend Dana was there and everybody, and we go to the table, and I'm like opening all these presents, and then I don't know if it was last, or if it was first, or if it was in the middle, um, but at some point in there, you go to open the brown box, and then it starts like shaking like crazy. It's like da, 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 like what's happening? And it's a nice visual, right, for you to watch that. And because it's like shaking so much, I'm like, oh my god, there's an animal in there, and I don't know what it is, and that makes so much sense why there's holes in there now. And I'm like, I don't want to go over there. I don't want to touch that. And I go run by the front door, and my friend Dana's like, "It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's like let's just go open it. Maybe it's a puppy or something." And I was like, because she's like, I mean, she was like super young, right? Like we weren't like 25. She wasn't telling me like whole sentences and things like that. But like I can understand what she's trying to tell me. She was like 3, and I was like, "All right, I got this. Okay, um, you know, I can figure this out." So we go to, this table that's having the shaking thing, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And it just keeps shaking, and I'm just like, oh god. And so I go like try to lift off the lid. I'm like, grab the lid, pull it off, and it's a fucking stuffed orangutan. It's not a real orangutan. It's a stuffed orangutan. Coincidentally, we started calling her Maggie, named after the South Park character. Um, I mean South Park. Wow, wow, not no. Simpsons, old school Simpsons character. Um, and uh, and then I found out that I think it was my grandma was under the table the whole time, like shaking and moving it and stuff. And it was just like really creepy, like to know that they were trying to freak me out that way. I don't know, like I never trusted them again with like something in a box with holes. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna play with that. But that's probably like the earliest memory I have. I also got my like boom box. It was like hugely long motherfucking boom box. I mean, it was like can't even see how long that is. It was like I don't know, it was a good like 3 feet long, um, and it was really tall. It was probably like that tall, which is you can't see that, which is like a foot, um, and it had I loved it because it had tape like two tapes, so you could record from one tape onto another tape, like two cassette tape, you know, slots, I guess. And then it had a CD player up on top, so you could go and push the button and put the CD in and close it, and then you could play the CD and then record from the CD on the tape. And if you played the CD and recorded, then it sounded like the Chipmunks because it was just like super fast music. Like they made, for some reason, they made it so that it records quickly, and which is great. But then you would hear the CD and it would be playing it like super fast. I don't know. Um, and it had like it also had like a a tuner for the station, the radio stations, and I don't know, I just really liked it. It was an awesome boombox. I had to get rid of it when I moved in Arizona at one point, because like the tape players, um, like were still working at one point. Like the CD player stopped working and started like skipping CDs, and it started scratching them, and so I had to stop it from playing. And then I had, I still had tapes, and I still do have tapes, and I was playing the tapes in there, and then they started like getting like warped or whatever because like the little spindles for the tape like that go around like this in like one direction or whatever, or they go, yeah, whatever direction they go in, they go like this, I think actually. The tape was feeding it, and then it would go in, and then when it got to the little like turly things, it would just go, and then it would go, and like like when you see a tape and it has like an afro of recorded materials, and you have to go do this winding thing with the tape. That's pretty much what happened. Every single time I played a tape, and I didn't want them, I didn't want them to break a tape, so. Uh, I stopped playing it then. And it's like then I only had the radio, and the antenna broke off a long time before that, so it was really hard to get the radio to work after that. And then it was like, okay, it's pretty much shot. So then I think I mean, this is so bad because you're not supposed to do this, but I think I just put it in the dumpster or something. Uh, so yeah, that was a while back though. So that was my earliest memory that I can remember pretty well. So tomorrow's day 15, which are my favorite tumblers. I don't have favorite tumblers because I'm not on Tumblr. But I mean, besides my friends, I would say my friends are favorite tumblers. I don't ever go to your Tumblr, sorry, because most of the time I don't have a link to your Tumblr. And now that I have links to people's Tumblrs, I'm like, okay. But I don't know, it's just one of those websites where I could probably read forever, and I just don't want to do that. But yeah, so I'll talk about my favorite YouTube people and why I like them. So that's pretty much it. I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.